And if you did not have cash, but you did want to make a donation, either an offering or a bid or an auction item, or if you just didn't have the money with you, they are accepting a payment by card. You can make a payment with your card. It's got the iPhone or smartphone technology to pay by card. So if you wanted to make a donation or bid on an item, that's another way that you can participate in the ministry and help them out as well tonight. And I know they certainly appreciate you being here and doing that and being involved in the ministry here at CityComedyNight. All right, so if everybody kind of slowly get gathered back, and we'll get started back here. Coming up in just a few seconds. I'll give some folks just a few moments to come on back in. All righty. I like that. Please silence your phone. Let's go ahead and get rolling again, right? We're having a great night. We're gonna get the home stretch here, second half, so to speak, third and fourth quarter. All right. Our next performer coming up to the stage to bless us is Gail Grantham Moore. Gail, come on up. Please welcome. Gail, round of applause.
Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Oh, look. I bet you're wondering about that, aren't you?
You look better than I do.
Wow, Rhonda. I like what she do. Okay, she outed me. I am totally, I love Batman. Batman is my dream man. But not just any Batman, 1966 Adam West Batman. Right? Yes! Because he just embodies all that's noble with humanity, and he's just all around awesome. And I don't like the Christian Bale Batman. He's so morose, he's all like, you know? Just doesn't have a good time. And it's, because Batman's not perfect. Although, I think he is, except for things like he's really lazy about naming his stuff. It's all bad this, bad that, bad. It's like, well. And the other thing is the new Batman is super morose all the time. He's just all down and it's awful because my parents passed away in front of me too, and it was cancer, but I know that they're going to heaven, and so, he's a billionaire with a grappling hook. You think he could crack a smile, right? Yeah. Guess money can't buy happiness. Jesus can though, thank goodness. Okay, well, normally, this is a challenge for me, because I relate a little bit more with the bad girls of the Bible. I know. So, some of us might not. It's crazy. And I cut hair, so I'm a hairdresser, and I love my job, and sometimes I'm a little bit more like Delilah. I don't really want to be, but that happens. like, we have kids in the audience, so I'm going to use a key for some words that I might have used before. So if I'm going to mention a lady of ill repute, I'm going to say Mary Magdalene. Is that okay? So we all know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm not the kind of lady that judges people by the color of their skin at all, but the orange girl at Sephora is clearly Mary Magdalene. That's one. That's probably bad. I know I shouldn't have done that. Lord, help me. Please pray for me during this whole thing and even after. And you guys might want to even come up and lay hands on me afterwards, because we'll see. No, I'm just kidding. That's the whole idea of joking. I may need some more practice, but we're good. So I was abducted by aliens. I know. I don't look like the type of person that would be abducted by aliens. I drive a really fancy car. I drive a Jaguar, but I live in a mobile home. You know, because I am single and I make bad life choices. Just so that you know, I picked out my car like I've picked out the last several boyfriends. Like if they looked really good on the inside, but I mean on the outside, but they were really complicated and hard to work on the inside. And very high maintenance. It's horrible and way out of my league. So I'm just okay. Well, I signed up on a dating website. Was on Match.com, and it was really hard dating. The other day, I got an email from another site, and they matched me with, of all things, and I don't understand why, but Joe Dirt 666. I know, and I'm like, what were you thinking, Christian Cafe? I mean, really? You know? So a lot of my friends are like, you know, Gail, Jimmy at church, he's a good guy, he's single. You should go out with him. And I'm thinking, you know, you guys forget, I've heard him during prayer request time. You know? And I do love my brother and everything, but I'm really worried about what he's praying about when he says silent prayer. Like, just pray for me, it's crazy. But I was abducted by aliens, and I asked them why, and they were like, duh. You know, I said, why do you abduct people in trailer parks and lives in mobile homes? And they were like, the aluminum content. Like, you know, sometimes the simplest answer, that's the answer. So it's kind of crazy, but, oh my, I don't know where I was going. Dating. I was back to dating. I used to date, I really like superhero kind of guys and stuff like that. There was one guy I was dating, and I thought he was going to be the Batman of my dreams. He was an ex-Marine, and he was very altruistic and good guy, great guy. It's just he turned out to be like Val Kilmer Batman, and now like everybody else, I'm trying to forget him too. So, but I did date Spider-Man's brother at one time. I know, right? Because I know a lot of comic book fans are really confused right now because they didn't know Spider-Man had a brother. It turns out he was a recluse. So, I do love Jesus, though, really, with all my heart, as I'm sure some of you. And I get a lot of people who are like, you know, sometimes I worry about you going to heaven. And I'm like, please don't. And then, so I work with my pastor, and I told him a set that I wouldn't say here with younger kids around, and but I would on a late night cruise ship. But anyway, so I ran it by him, and he was like, no, you're not going to hell, but oh, the spanking you're gonna get. So I'm like, okay. But I really think Jesus had a sense of humor. I know that's kind of difficult to, we don't think about a lot. One of my favorite pictures of Jesus is he's laughing, like, and I think that it's awesome that he did. And one of the things that I really think that he, this is what I'm really hoping. I don't know, when you guys read the Bible, does it come alive to you? Do you feel like you're there? And you're not with Jesus, and sometimes you can taste the sand, and you just know, like, there were certain things, like, first of all, we all know that he did get angry. I mean, you know, with the money changers in the church, and we know, like, he really did not like that at all. And the other thing that I really took from the, you know, the Last Supper and his last days on earth was that not only did he really hate when you disrespected his father, but he really did not like dirty feet. Like, and I can just see him going, hey, you know, Lord, please, Father, let me, you know, I've been with these guys for quite a while now, and I gotta do something about their feet. I need a polite way, what can I do? And so he figured it all out and like fed them, and that was it, he couldn't take anymore. And I love that he served them. So, but I do think he had a sense of humor, and when I read the story about when he returned and he met Thomas, and Thomas was gonna doubt, you know, and God's omnipotent, he knew that Thomas was gonna ask about the holes in his hands, the nail-scarred hands. I, with all my heart and soul, really want to believe that when Jesus saw him on the road, that he met him like this. Peekaboo. I see you, Thomas. Peekaboo. I totally pray that that's exactly how he greets me when I get up there. Like he's behind a tree and he comes out and he's like, peekaboo, meow. Because I know it's just going to be fun. You guys know we're going to have fun in the kingdom, right? Yes? It's awesome. Well, guys, that has been my time tonight. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Get to this charity. This is an amazing thing, to be able to go and spread the gospel of Jesus Christ and to do it in a way that's relevant today. This mission trips all around the world, it's important every day. We live in the salad days of Jesus, guys. This is like the best. With the things going on in the world, you see it getting worse. We hear it in the news every day. But we know we have a deliverer. We know that we have a Savior. And we know that he has us in the palm of his hand. So it's awesome to be able to go out there with that confidence and joy and just live it. Be authentic. I am definitely not called to perfection. So I appreciate it, and I hope there's been no offense in any way, shape, or form, but I really hope you guys take the joy out there and support these mission trips. They're so important, so important. Just one heart changed is enough. Thanks, guys.
Dale Moore, thank you very much, Dale. We got another one? Okay. All right. All right.
All right, we have a door prizing. We have two more sets of Don Pablo's. One is there's the sampler and also two kids' meals. It is 1, 3, 4, 6, 9, 9.
Look at your number, 6, 9. All right.
All right. Come on out. I believe you. I trust you. All right, we got one more set. I like picking close numbers. 1, 3, 4, 7, 0, 1. have 4 kids? Does anybody have 2 kids they would like to send with them?
All right, now I think we have a special performance by the mission team. As Pastor Tony was telling us, what a great opportunity in front of family, friends, and church to go ahead and kind of, in front of the faithful to get a good feel for what they're going to be doing out on the mission field. And so we are here to support them and look forward to what they're going to present to us now. The mission team. Yes.
This isn't funny. I'm Cheryl. This is Wendy and Brian. We're being instant. We're ready to get on an airplane. Just not 100% sure we're ready to sing. There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes his so carry a candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, confused and torn. Hold out your candle for all.
All righty, thank you guys, beautiful.
I just have to brag on them there. They were not expecting to be able to do that tonight. And so one more time, can you just give it up? Because my wife always does good on the drums. I don't think she was even supposed to do that. All right, let's do 2 more Don Pablo's. Remember to support our sponsors, Texas Roadhouse, Don Pablo's, and all the many other sponsors that we've done for our auctions. Remember to thank them whenever you go and visit their establishments. All right, Todd. Yeah, they're getting ready here. It's probably going to be within that 10 number range. Yes. Does anybody want to go to Don Pablo's after this? All right. 1, 3, 4, 6, 9, 0. 1, 3, 4, 6, 9, 0. Any takers on that? All right. We'll put that one away. Maybe this was last night's crowd. We could try it again. 1, 3, 4, 7, 3, 4. Whoever you are, you're supposed to win. It's probably ours. It's probably our tickets. My wife forgot. All right. 1, 3, 4, 7, 4, 4. All right, we got it. Good job. Thank you for being here. All right, one more time. 1, oh, this is a good one right here. I feel this. 1, 3, 4, 7, 7, 9. This is a runner. It's going to be one of those shouts and screams. Somebody just do it. 1, 3, 4, 7, 7, 9. No takers. Check someone else's pocket. All right.
We got a name.
Gary Harvey. There you go, Mr. Harvey. Thank you so much for supporting us tonight.
Thank you, Pastor Tony. Congratulations, guys. All right, you're in for a treat. I bet you didn't know this gentleman was going to be here tonight. Neither did I. You may have heard of him. Please welcome and introduce our special guest, Mr. Jeff Foxworthy, the City on the Hill Church, also known as Jamie Simpson.
Thank you very much. How's everybody doing tonight? So I got the last of you asleep. We got to do that again. How's everybody doing tonight? And it's good to be back at City on the Hill Church. You know, before I get started, Karen, I think, was mentioning about a holiness church. When she was little, I was raised a Southern Baptist all my life. Now, I went to my friend's holiness church when I was about that big. What she's saying, she's not kidding. I was sitting on the edge of a pew there one Sunday morning, and here comes a lady flipping down that aisle. By the time she got halfway down, her high heel came off and caught me in the temple. I woke up at 2:30 that afternoon getting 4 stitches. It can really happen. I didn't ever go back to a holiness church. I'm just saying. But isn't it good to be here in Knoxville, Tennessee, where people talk normal? I mean, I'm from Georgia. I live in California now, and people are always making fun of the way I talk. And I tell them, you know, you're going to be surprised one day when you get to heaven. And St. Peter says, hey, y'all get in the truck. We going up to Big House. It's going to happen. You wait and see. I just did a show up in New York, and all they kept talking about was how dumb us rednecks are down here. Nope. I told him, I said, man, what are you talking about? We got words y'all don't even have. You know, words like, young to. We going to the mall. Did you eat yet? No, did you? You want to? And that's the whole conversation, man. Off they go, you know? Words like, you used to could. Can you dance? No, I used to could. You give me a little while, I might can again. Or would you, did you? Now, you didn't bring your truck, would you, did you? Somebody will use that tomorrow, I guarantee you that. Us rednecks get a bad rap, though. That's all there is. We're not ignorant. We're not stupid. Our problem is we can't keep the most ignorant amongst us off that television set. I mean, think about it. Honey Boo Boo. Turtle Man. Duck Dynasty. I mean, at least them guys are supposed to have some money, I reckon, right there. I don't know. But you know what? Whenever there's a disaster, they never interview a doctor or a lawyer. They always get that one woman in the moo-moo and the sponge rollers. It's like, it was pandemonium. I thought we was going to be killed. Or worse. I looked out the window just in time to see the Jenkins house come flying over our roof. All I could think about was, Carolyn still got my casserole dish. Any rednecks in here tonight? I'm just curious. Y'all in church and you ain't supposed to lie. Just for the record, my definition of a redneck is just a glorious absence of sophistication. That's all it is. And most of us are guilty of it, either full-time or part-time. And if you're not, you have family members who are. I can guarantee, I grew up my whole life a redneck and didn't know it. But looking back on it now, it was so obvious. Started for me right at birth. I was a C-section baby. I was. You'd think I'd know that too, but I didn't even find that out till a few months ago. I was going through a scrapbook with some family members. That's how I found out. But sure enough, there it was. C-section. Row 17 at a Merle Haggard concert. Right off the bat. My granny was a redneck too. Now, my granny made the best pie in the world, but she never told anybody how she made it. Nobody, not even her children or her grandchildren. One day before Granny passed away, I was having some pie with her, and I didn't want to know how she made the pie. I wanted to know why she never told anybody how she made the pie. She said, well, Jeff, there ain't really much to it. I said, well, how do you do it, Granny? She said, well, first thing I do is I get my pie filling ready and I set it over to the side. Then I take my milk, my eggs, my butter, my sugar, I make my pie crust. I take one layer and I put it in the pan. Then I take my pie filling and I put it in. Then I take the other layer and put it on top. I said, is that it? She said, yeah, pretty much. I said, what do you mean pretty much, Granny? She said, well, then I take my teeth out and run it around the edge. We didn't want to know, did we? There's a reason she never told anybody that. My uncle, the biggest redneck in the world, now every time he gets in and out of his car, he goes through the driver's side window. And the door's not broke. All he wants to do is pretend like he's a NASCAR driver. That's all he wants to do. Any NASCAR fans in here tonight? You got to be careful when you talk about NASCAR. Because everybody's got that one driver that they love. Usually like Dale Earnhardt Jr. Or that one driver that they hate. It's usually Jeff Gordon. But I know why people don't like Jeff Gordon. It's not because he's good looking, won a lot of races, won a lot of championships. People just don't like Jeff Gordon because Jeff Gordon enunciates. can understand what he says. There's no room for that in the South in NASCAR. Us NASCAR fans, we want a driver who says something that you ain't got a clue about what they're talking about. It sounds a whole lot more like this. Yeah, well, she run pretty good all day. We did get a little push there in the middle of the race. We brought her in, Booker put her around the wedge in her. She run like a spotted ape after that. I can't say nothing about this pit crew, especially that splash and go there toward the end of the race. Oh, Ricky took the engine we got in his oil and almost hit Dell up there in number 3. But for the most part, this Hardee's, Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC, Pizza Hut, Tide, Pepsi Cola, Chevy was just awesome today. And as southern as I am, I'm sitting there going, do what? Was there any words and all that right there? And speaking of words, I just came out with my last book, The Redneck Dictionary 3. Any of you got it on your toilet? I doubt it, man. But it's words that you thought you knew the meaning of. And you thought you did. You know, words like sensuous. Baby, since you was up, would you get me some tea? Or wisdom. My brother-in-law had 2 kidney stones, but he whizzed them both out. Lord, I apologize for that right there. Please help the starving pygmies in New Guinea. Amen. Or butter. You know, butter. Her cooking's good, but her face ain't much to look at. Oh, my. Anybody in here from Alabama originally? Just curious. Are you kidding? Nobody in here is from Alabama? Well, good for you. I just did a show in Summerton, Alabama, and growing up in the South my whole life, I didn't realize that the NASA space camp is in Alabama. Yeah. Because to me, that's 2 words that just don't go together. NASA and Alabama. I mean, they might be training these people here, but they can't be letting them fly this stuff, can they? Can you imagine how that would go? Houston! It's dark up here. Oh, wait, I did that wrong. Break 19. Hey, look, we got a couple of problems up here. Ed's done busted out a capsule window trying to hit a satellite with a bottle. And the boys done ate up all the freeze-dried chili and they tore up something awful. I'm just thinking that's how that would go. I don't know. Just did an HBO special. For me, it was different because they were asking me some unusual questions. And one of the questions they asked me was, what was my earliest recollection in life? Now, I thought about it for a minute, and I said, well, I can remember being about 3 years old, standing on the front seat of my dad's car. And every time he would turn the corner, I would make the sound of tires squealing. You know, like, ah! He'd always say, quit squealing my tires, boy. And then it dawned on me. At 3 years old, what was I doing standing on the front seat of the car, huh? I tell you what, because back then it wasn't too good for kids to go through the windshield with the rest of the family. That's why. I mean, because when my kids were 3 years old, I couldn't back out the driveway without having them in a car seat, a 3-point harness strap, and a shoulder strap, right? I mean, I can vividly remember riding all the way to Florida, laying in the back window of the car. If my dad slammed on brakes, she went around that car like a pinball game. Folks behind us going, Harold, is that one of them little bobbing dogs? No, that's just a skinny kid with a big head. Man, what a big head. Times have changed a lot. I can remember my mother taking me, my brother, and my sister to the grocery store and leaving us in the car while she went in. Right? Let me tell you something. If you do that to a poodle today, they will fry you on the 6 o'clock news. Times have changed. Toys have changed. Every toy my kids get comes with this little piece of paper that says, This toy has been inspected by someone to make sure there is no possible way a child can harm themselves. When I was 8 years old, my parents gave me a wood-burning kit. What could possibly go wrong with this toy? A sharp metal stick that heats up to 5,000 degrees, right? And none of our pets had tags around their necks. But everybody in the neighborhood knew who they belonged to. Oh, that's a Circle F brand. That's a Foxworthy cat there. Anybody ever have one of them wood-burning kits? Hey, why wasn't the cord on it was that long? I'll tell you why. So you make sure you're sitting right next to the drapes to burn the house down too. That's right. What were they thinking? Some of these toys. Swing sets. Now my parents were too lazy to put the concrete in the ground. So I had one of them swing sets that came that high off the ground when you were riding, right? It was like, boom, boom. I mean, there were stuntmen who wouldn't get on our swing set. What were they thinking, some of these toys? Lawn darts. 12-pound lawn darts. And they didn't even have any instructions in the box. We just took them right out and threw them straight up in the air. Let me tell you something, if you get one of them in the head, you getting coloring books for Christmas the rest of your life. What were they thinking? Some of these toys. Unreal. You know, she was also talking about a while ago about the seniors were good people to have as friends. I noticed there's some youngsters in here too tonight. I started thinking back there's a lot of similarities between kids and seniors. There really is. Y'all remember God had a sense of humor. But there really is. Think about it. They both have their own special menu in restaurants. Right? You got to worry about drugs when it comes to both of them. Because it's not just the teens. The seniors get home with some pretty good stuff. I know this because I'm at my mother-in-law's house a couple of months ago and said something about my sinuses bothering me. She said, "You want to stop the sniffles or just not feel your head?" She reached in this bag, looked like it was full of Skittles. She pulled out a little green pill and said, "Say hello to my little friend." I took that pill and woke up in a day and a half later in her backyard underneath the tree talking to Elvis. And she's at the back door going, "Get up, you big baby. I take 3 of those and go to the grocery store." Right? The kids wear their pants down around their behinds. And the seniors wear theirs to their armpits. Y'all, my father-in-law got his chest hair caught in his zipper. That's some pain right there. And by the way, if your mom still drives you to school, if you wear your pants like that, if your mom still drives you to school, you ain't no gangster. Pull them pants up, okay? Unreal. Kids won't listen to you. The seniors can't hear you. My mom wears a hearing aid. She won't wear it half the time because she don't think it looks good. But you can always tell when she don't have it in because she talks louder than anybody on the planet. We're standing in line last Christmas at the movies and she says, "Don't look now. But the man behind us is cross-eyed as a bat." Now, one, when somebody says something like that, you're embarrassed as you can be. And two, when somebody says something like that, you gotta look. I'm sitting there going, turn around and this guy is just glaring at me. Well, he might not have been glaring at me, but he was glaring at somebody. Let me tell you something. And what bothers me about this senior thing is I know I'm next in line. There's a couple of ways you can tell, too. One, I just got me a recliner. I made fun of my dad my whole life growing up about him being in his recliner, and I got one. Let me tell you something. I travel the world at a moment's notice, but if I get in that recliner, I ain't going nowhere. I mean, I'm laying there, people walking through the house, I go, hey, somebody make me a sandwich, would you? I smell smoke. Is the house on fire? There's a fire extinguisher underneath the sink if it is. You ain't getting out of that recliner, I'm telling you. And embarrassing your kids. That's another way you can tell. You don't even mean to. I got 2 beautiful daughters. My brother's got 3. Most mornings I take them to school. The other morning I pull up in the carpool lane at school and run out of gas. Well, my wife don't realize that it's legal for females to purchase gasoline. It is, ladies. So I fill that tank up that night. Next morning I pull up there. The principals are opening the door, letting the kids out. I roll down the window and go, I got gas this morning. My kids are going, just go home, Dad. Just go home. You know, summer ended here. Everybody take a nice vacation? Yeah? I just got back off vacation. I did something I always wanted to do. I cashed in all of my frequent flyer miles. And I took my whole family, 13 of us, on vacation to Hawaii. Yeah. Now, first off, when my family's gone like that, there's an empty Walmart somewhere. And I did it because I thought it was going to be the trip of a lifetime. It turned out to be the Clampetts go to Maui. And it started right in the airport. Now, my family shows up, and for luggage, they're carrying coolers and grocery bags. The sky cap says, oh, which suitcase is yours? The Samsonite? No. That's our igloo with the duct tape on it and the 5 Piggly Wiggly bags. I asked my mom at the ticket counter, I said, Mom, you want to sit next to the window? She said, no, son, I better not. I just got my hair fixed. That's my family, y'all. And the movie In Flight. The movie In Flight was Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. Do y'all know what movie I'm talking about? It's all these dogs chasing each other all over the country talking to one another, right? 5 minutes into that movie, my brother looks back at me and says, you know them ain't them dogs' real voice. And then my sister got mad and said, well, thanks for spoiling it for everybody else. And we were staying right on the beach too. Now this was pretty neat. The whales are migrating. So you could stand on our balcony and watch the whales just coming up and down, up and down. First morning my cousin's out on that balcony going, oh man! Anybody got a rifle with a scope on it? Anybody know how much it costs to mount one of them whales? Oh, never mind. I'd have to get a bigger mobile home anyway. And you could tell which balcony was ours, because ours was the one with all the underwear hanging on the rail. My Uncle Doug kept asking, hey, when are we going to change our money to Hawaiian? That's my blood, y'all. They don't get out very often, basically because of the no shoes, no shirt rule. But that's the same Uncle Doug. We went to a luau a couple of nights later. That's the same Uncle Doug who volunteered to get up to dance. Well, halfway through that dance, we noticed Uncle Doug wasn't wearing any undershorts underneath his hula skirt. So we asked him about it later. We said, Doug, what was up with that? He said, well, I was putting on that hula skirt and noticed I had a hole in my drawers and I didn't want to embarrass myself. You thought this through, didn't you, Doug? And my family loved the hotel. Gosh, they stole everything they could get their hands on. They stole the ashtray while we were checking out the lobby. They didn't even bother to empty the sand out of it. They just picked it up and carried it right on out. And when you got out of the shower, you were drying off with toilet paper. You know why? They had the towels in the 5 Piggly Wiggly bags. And the maid, bless her heart, she went to lunch one day and made a mistake and left that cart sitting in the hall. We talking about rednecks, folks. My family was on that cart like a pack of dogs on a 3-legged cat. They picked it clean. I asked my brother, I said, what are you going to do with 125 shower caps? He said, Christmas presents. We stopped back by California for a couple of days. I took them to the La Brea tar pits. I don't know if you know where I'm talking about, but it's where all the fossils are. You can't make this up. My brother-in-law and I are standing there looking at these fossils, and he says, you know, Jeff, it just don't look like these dinosaurs would have come this close to downtown. The rest of y'all will get that going home later. And that's the same brother-in-law that stood in line for 45 minutes to get Goofy's autograph. I told him, I said, don't you know that's just a college kid in a costume? He said, oh, no, that's a real Goofy right there. And that's the same brother-in-law I went to see him a couple months earlier when I was in town. He left a note on his door and it said, Jeff, gone to the store. Be back in 10 minutes. The key is under the mat. Y'all think about that for a minute. His only hope was a blind burglar. That's it. And sometimes I start thinking I got the goofiest and the silliest family in the world. In fact, being around them for that long, for 10 days on vacation, I started thinking, you know what? I bet you I'm adopted. And somewhere there's a normal family out there looking for me. Could y'all help me, please? But let me tell you something. If you ever wonder if you've got the silliest or the goofiest family in the world, or if you're just feeling down about yourself, just go to a state fair in the South and look around. 5 minutes at the state fair and even my family's going, we royalty in here, bud. That's the truth. And have you ever seen anybody so ugly, you had to get somebody else to come over to help you verify it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like you spot that person, it's like, oh no. Look at that man. Hey, y'all, come here. Y'all come here, look at this man. Get out of line, it's worth it. Come here. Hey, everybody cotton candy, don't look. Okay, look at that man. Oh, have you ever, look at the hair on his back. That looks like Bigfoot in a tank top, don't it? Do what? That's a woman. That is a woman. And look, that woman's got kids. You mean somebody married that woman? Oh, y'all go get back in line. That's just Aunt Betty. That's all that is. I appreciate y'all having me, folks. Before I leave, I would like to tell you a little something here. Obviously, I am not Jeff Foxworthy. But I did stay in Holiday Inn Express last night. My name is Jamie Simpson, and sometimes in life you are dealt a strange deck of cards. My strange deck of cards is looking like Jeff Foxworthy. Now, some people may not think that would be a good thing. I look at it as being a huge blessing. A couple of reasons. First, I know Jeff. He is a great person. Anything you've ever heard about him that was good is all true. He's a good Christian fella. He's a great person. He's a good friend. And all he has ever told me about going out and doing this is one thing. He says, Jamie, you make sure you have as much fun as I've had in the last 26 years doing it. And I told him, Jeff, don't you worry, because I ain't going to make the money. Right? But you don't realize just how much. You didn't see a lot of big production with me up here tonight. No band, no lights, no anything. But what you did see was somebody who was smiling inside every time I heard you laugh. Every time I saw you smile. Because for a redneck country boy like me, it really does mean a lot to have people laugh. I'll tell you one quick thing and then we'll wrap it up. when I was growing up in my household, and not many people would ever share this, I can promise you that. Growing up in my household when I was little, we had a drug problem. And there were many, many, many days that I was drugged through the house. There were many days that I was drugged to the car. And on Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night, I was drugged to church. Probably one of the best, no, the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. And I can always remember being real little and telling my mother, of course you remember I was raised a Southern Baptist, and telling my mother, I can't wait to get to heaven to see Jesus and Andy. I used to get that strange look from her that I just got from most of you. She never understood that for a while. She said, what do you mean, son? I said, well, we talk about him every Sunday. We sing about him. We talk about him on Sundays, on Wednesdays. I can't wait to get to heaven to see Jesus and Andy. And of course, parents sometimes, they just sort of pass their kids off, right? But one day, I was finally able to share with my mom. And I told her, Mom, this is what I'm talking about. I've come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear calling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we'll share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Jamie Simpson. God bless you.
Jamie Simpson, a.k.a. Jeff Oxford. That was awesome. We've got another door prize drawing. I'll get the bucket. Search for a new number. This is the last one.
We got 3 more sets.
We got 3. We're good. This has been a blessing and a joy. Being.
All right. I'll hold that. We're getting this down now. We have Melissa Gaylor. I think she did take it out of someone else's pocket. Come on. All right. There's an anointing over in this section right over here. 134741. This is going to be a great Christmas.
They were knowing they were going to
They just felt it.
Awesome. There you go.
They have it. They have it together. Are y'all married? Y'all married? All right. Yeah, it is. See, City on the Hill Church, 11 o'clock tomorrow. All right. What is the hands there? No, that's Erica Gaylor. Erica, you have won $10 to JCPenney's. Awesome. I think that's it. All right. Wonderful. What a wonderful evening that we have had. I want to say how much have you appreciated Todd Howell tonight? I've had the honor to be able to work with him on other occasions, and all I ever get from him is a godly expression of fun and integrity. And so thank you so much, Todd, for not only just representing Jesus, but representing Knoxville well when you stand before us. Again, to all of our comedians, thank you for sharing with us tonight and just blessing this ministry and investing into our house. We know you could have made more money at a different place at a different time, but we appreciate it. That was a lie. I think you and I need to go on the road together. I think that's what it is. Comedy church. All right, I feel something. Secret comedy, is that what you said? Oh, he's up there on the screen. All right. Let me again draw attention to our sponsors that have made our trip, that are making our trip possible. RVs for Less, which is our cover page sponsor. They are just right over here on Rutledge Pike. They specialize in fifth wheel RVing, but if you need any kind of RV, Butch and Karen can definitely take care of you. And actually, Todd, that's where they service your RV as well. And so, very, very great Christian company if you're looking for that. Also, another one of our big sponsors was our back page, Murphy Mechanical Contractors. Again, let me encourage you to look through the program. Remember our sponsors. Whenever you go into their establishments, say thank you for making this mission trip possible. And we appreciate all of you tonight and for everything that you have done to help us. I want to remind you again as you're leaving, there is the auction that is available. The auction's closed here. Tell it to me.
Oh, I can yell it. But yeah, the bids are final.
Okay.
So if you all will, it's not even on.
Test. If you guys will see, Wendy and myself will be over there to make sure that the person who won the item will get it, and then you can take it over to the cafe area to check out. Cool? Cool.
All right. Did we lose me? Testing. All right. Am I still there?
Yeah, you're still there.
So picked up those things. There's also, remember, the very good deal on the Texas Roadhouse coupons. December the 1st through the December 4th is either a pulled pork or a chicken dinner with fries and a sweet tea for just $10. If you cannot make it during that time, then you can use it for a free appetizer all the way to January 31st. So great deal. Parts of those contributions go to help support our mission trip as well. Am I missing anything else tonight so that I can release all of these wonderful folk back to their mobile homes and wherever they live? All righty. Am I missing anything? Good. Can we stand together? I want to just one more last time say a blessing on you. This is our second annual Comedy Night. Would you be interested in us continuing this on in the future? And so we'll be looking at that. I've already got to talk to an up-and-coming comedian that we'll look at debuting hopefully in the next annual night. Carolyn, what a wonderful job on your first night. And again, to all of our comedians, thank you very much. Let's pray. Father, we come before you tonight. We bless you. Lord, we thank you that you are a happy God, that you love life. And Lord, that's the reason you sent Jesus to give us life. And so we bless you tonight, God. We thank you for the privilege to be able to live life to the full. And God, I pray blessings on every household represented here tonight, that when they leave, they would be uplifted, and let the laughter tonight serve as medicine to their households. In Jesus' name. And everyone said, amen. God bless you. You are dismissed.